Hey parents, teachers, caretakers, I really want to thank you. I really want to thank you, and especially even grandparents, Thank you so much for coming back again and again and again. We started a series of episodes, we talked about discipling our children in a much deeper way. Discipling our children in a much deeper way. And we started by saying, that they have become prisoners of their own passions. We help them to deal with their passions. And some of them have become prisoners of their own curiosities. So we said we need to see how we can reach out and not shout them down, but how we can help them capture those curiosities, God-nudged godly curiosities. Then some of them have become prisoners of their own double-mindedness. There is no confidence, they are not even moving forward. They're so doubting. Self-doubts have become so big. And that's why I said we need to really reserve some of our comments. And we have to be careful. If you want to see the episodes, you can go back and see those episodes of the previous weeks. Today we will talk about how we can help our children to come out of that place of complacency. Some of our children have become prisoners of their own complacence. What's complacence? Basically lazy. I'll do it later. Procrastination. I'll do it later. Later. It's okay. Oh, it's not a very big deal. I'll be able to do it. Some of them are very smart. Some of them know their capacities. I've seen some of those teenagers. They know their capacities. And you're just saying, hey, you have to do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. They're like, I can do it in the last minute. I'm good at that. I think the problem here is not whether they are able to do it or not able to do it. The problem is not whether they are going to, do it and maybe miss out in the last minute. No. Here I'm talking about a deeper discipleship. So when we disciple our children in a much deeper way, we need to help our children understand that they just cannot be complacent. They have to be ready. They need to step out and they need to do things readily. And even if they have extra time, it's okay. But they need to step out and do things readily and to be available to do things readily. Why? Because when they do things, God might lead them to something amazing. God might lead them and show them something amazing. Just imagine the last minute they begin to do things, they finished whatever they were supposed to do, they finished it, but they missed out the time where God would have, the Heavenly Father would have showed them something more. It would have showed them something greater, would have showed them something very different. I think that's what I begin to talk to some of my children, especially one of my biological son. I begin to talk to him and I just said, hey, don't wait for the last minute, don't be complacent. Put that character in you, in your system, so that you can readily do things. Be ready to do things. Even if you have enough time, maybe in that time, maybe God might nudge you to do something else. Maybe God can show you to do something else. Maybe something else that He will lead you to a much greater time. So don't be complacent to finish things in the last minute. No. Don't delay it, but be readily doing it. That's one of the principles I've shared. Years ago, almost about 6-7 years ago, even when he was very young, I taught this principle. He's a teenager now. I need to teach this principle again. Taught this principle and said, don't wait for the last minute. You might miss out on something. We need to see, how can we do this? I think this is where we need to put that upward call. We need to live a life upside down, meaning we are always living to fulfill that purpose that God has for us. And the purpose that He has for us is much greater, much vast. And, it's so amazing. I think we need to put that perspective to live a life not just inside out or outside in, to live a life upside down. That's what is going to help them